The fuck are you talking about?
Hey, everybody, welcome back to Mom Can Another Dollar. Today we're playing Tech Romancer.
Kyle, you didn't tell us this was an anime. I'm canceling
it's
this.
Tech Romancer.
I'm using my veto.
Okay, well...
I'm using my official Trouble Planet veto.
Well, you've already used it.
No, I haven't used it this year.
Oh, well, that's a technicality.
It's all right. We're playing RoboFuckers 2020.
Yeah, RoboFuckers 2020. All the 2020 games have gone so successfly so far. I'm going to be Dixon.
Robot,
that's
not
the most appropriate
person.
I like that
robot.
they appear to be just any given anime, but they all have to be in a Gundam.
Yeah. I mean,
like just roll the
Dixon?
dice on your origin series.
Yeah.
Stuff
Goes
in a
to
Gundam.
show Kyle would choose the robot with Dix in the name.
Yeah, why wouldn't I? It's the funniest one. It's not fair.
It's not fair. The thesis of our entire program. Okay, that's just the title art for this. Don't go with the actual
whole
title
season.
art. Go with that for the
That's
game.
the intro animation, and it's 20 minutes long.
It's just Nick screaming it over and over again. We just add increasingly large amounts of reverb to it.
Yeah, it's extremely long, like
Oh my
very
God.
slow motion footage of somebody's beloved dog getting hit by a car.
All right, you took
God.
it too far.
I don't think you took it far enough.
I was just trying to do a
Damn.
little thing, and you turned it into a big thing.
Oh, so not only is it a Gundam, you're a Gundam fighting an Evangelion.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit, you're right.
How was this not the most successful game ever made?
Because it was made by Capcom.
I didn't see what your character was, what anime I would liken him to, but let's just assume it's one of those shitty harem shows.
It kind of makes me think of a Super Tensei.
That would be funny if you had like a harem robot show, except the character's conflict was that he was torn between wanting to fuck the girls and wanting to fuck their robots.
Or like it's basically Evangelion, except only the protagonist pilots a robot, and also it's less of like an end of the world thing, and it's more like this is his day job, so he has to manage his stress and say like,
God damn
no,
it, I want to
please,
do this attack.
No,
Sorry.
please, I can't deal with this right now. I have to
like
fight a
that you-
giant beetle in the morning.
You dutifully ignored him.
I have an attack called Fist Blast that I really want to use.
Yeah, you should probably do something with those ever-floating missiles.
I don't know how to.
Well, good thing you did your research and made this the best Let's Play you could possibly make it. High quality content, as always. I quit. We're going to have to keep a tally for the number of times each of us quits.
And then the end of the season will be when one or all of us are summarily fired. That's
Oh.
when it's real.
We already tried to do that, and it didn't work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We sure have tried.
Oh, fuck. I thought I was dead.
What in the fuck?
This kind of looks like Virtua On, except if it was playable.
Yeah, it does. It's a much better Virtual On.
Also,
sure.
it's giving me seizures, I think. Oh, my God. Jesus
So
Christ.
way better.
I'm just going to look away from the screen. That's how you rate arcade games if we go out as a trio and then I'm on the floor twitching around.
Yeah, how many epileptic kids did you damage in the recording of an episode? This one's grade A.
Technically, I guess Sakura Wars is kind of a harem giant robot fucking game.
Yeah.
It's not really the main focus, but now that I think of it, that's probably why I like it so much.
Oh, there's a whole story here. Okay.
Wait,
All right.
one of the characters does kind of
Oh,
want
now
to
I'm
fuck
fighting
their
a titty
robot.
robot.
Why didn't you play as the titty robot? Is that an unlockable
Because
character?
this one's called Dixon.
You've gotta put in your time. You've got to beat a few more
Oh, I
levels.
see now.
Dixon's going to titty fuck that robot.
Earn your tits.
Titty fuck the bad robot. Okay. Wait. How about this? Titty robot for Smash. We don't even know the real name of it. We just want Titty Robot in Smash.
It's called Diana.
Okay, I literally couldn't have cared about anything in the world less.
Yeah,
but thank you anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you said you didn't know the name, and I did know the name. And I didn't want to, I didn't want my.
Yeah, but that was not an invitation to learn.
Kyle, we just the previous recording told the world that imparting new information onto any of us is barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Especially when it's the official Christian name of a fucking
Titty robot.
titty robot.
Yeah.
I guess it's not
No,
a Christian name. Diana's a Greek hunter, a Greek huntress.
Yeah. But your dumb, worn-out joke reminded me of another dumb, worn-out joke that we kept making last night because we were playing Smash Brothers tournament, and somebody kept talking about a petition to put John Goodman in Smash Brothers.
Oh God. Oh my God. I just got
John
wrecked.
Goodman. Oh, I thought you meant John Candy for a second. I was like, oh, that'd be a good way to
Either
honor his
one would be
legacy.
good, and actually
Yeah.
John Candy would be better.
Yeah, actually. That sounds
I
fun.
thought for
if,
sure.
if his backstory is that he didn't die, he was sucked into like a vortex or something, and that's where he's been all these years, is fighting the giant hand things or whatever the fuck the plot is.
Well,
If you
I
can
guess that-
explain to Smash Brothers, fuck you.
well, I mean, him and Macaulay Culkin both, that's their fate, is just be defending off giant hands in a dark void.
Oh, is that the?
Yeah,
the
except Macaulay Culkin's been around in the last few years.
is that the unofficial Uncle Buck sequel that we never got?
Yes.
Trying to remember the nickname he gave his girlfriend's tits and pussy, and all of a sudden, giant hands starts shooting lasers at him.
And he's standing there, like, thumbing over the edge of the hatchet that he keeps in his trunk.
Uh-oh.
He's trying to start his car with like 4 misfiring cylinders and fucking
Oh, that's
Falco
his
bombs
ultimate smash, is he
Oh,
tries
shit.
his shitty busted up car directly into the opponent.
but it doesn't do much.
Oh, but it doesn't do much at first, but then it backfires, and that's what blasts him off the screen.
Well, I gotta say, I wasn't expecting that all to happen. I thought the joke you were going to allude to was just that Shrek, your baby's dead thing, or whatever that was.
There we go. I'll be the titty robot.
We're well past Titty Robot. Keith just said a thing that can't be taken back.
Well, I gotta hand it to Kyle. There wasn't really an appropriate way to follow up what I just said, and he just bored on ahead.
All language should have stopped there.
Kyle, I mean, Nick, it was your joke. It was your meme or whatever.
No, what you said. Something about Shrek's baby is dead.
No, the picture you shared that was from your New Year's
fucking
party.
Cat's
Oh,
dead.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, cat's dead,
that's
get
it.
fucked.
Okay, I misremembered it. I only saw it once, and I blocked it out of my memory
Yeah,
mostly.
you misremembered it worse than what it even was, and it was already bad in several ways.
I know, because it involves Shrek.
Wow, this robot's much better.
That's the sound of that horse
got,
getting whipped
ladies
into
and gentlemen.
jerky.
I'm fired.
Oh, sweet hell. That's even reminiscent of the robot that was in Virtua On. The one that, like,
That one looks
its
like
special move
the Shagahod.
is to...
No, it looks more like
no,
something from
not
that
even
fucking-
remotely.
It
but
looks like that 32X game, the one?
Oh yeah, the 32X game, Keith.
Yeah.
No one remembers the titles of any of
Thank you
those.
for bringing us up to a screaming halt by mentioning a fucking Sega platform.
Yeah, because I'm trying to make a joke that involves even one
Oh.
title, and I cannot name one. Did
Well-
they have Tetris on there? I will take Tetris for this.
What are you talking about? What are
Oh,
you
fuck's sake,
talking
keep
about?
up.
No.
I know that we're all just very degenerated at this point, but you can at least keep
degenerate.
up with this with our own conversation.
Well, okay, Colibri. That's the game I was talking about.
Oh, okay,
Not
cool.
at all. No, it was T-Mech. I finally remembered. We should play Colibri though. That'd be fun.
I don't know what that is.
Killed this show once more.
Just
Twice
edit in, like,
in 2 minutes. that you
flashback
have-
sounds of
you have
Vietnam or something.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Keith. Go ahead and
no.
mention everything else we should play.
An
The
aged man holding a cup of coffee. It's jittering in his hands, and he's trying desperately to not let it pour all over the table as he hears the sounds of you talking about 32X games.
Let's play Shrek on GameCube.
I was gonna hope that you were gonna say, let's play Pac-Man and let's play Echo. You know.
Well,
We
I
were
mean,
hoping for those old standby jokes.
I mean, it's a good idea. Pac-Man's never a joke. I always get my Pac-Man by come hell or
Pac-Man's
high
a
water.
threat.
I always find a way. To get that Pac-Man.
Pac-Man's never a joke. It's always a threat.
It's a joke in a chrysalis that emerges as a threat.
Pac-Man is the emblem on a ceremonial dagger under Keith's bed.
Pac-Man is all that you see on my headstone.
Pac-Man is the single symbol that forensics will eventually find on the fragments of a bomb.
Pac-Man is the one thing that will make the police immediately leave and never talk to you again. If you mention it.
Pac-Man's the only thing that will make the police not investigate a crime.
Pac-Man is the code so that a 911 call responder knows that you are under duress and cannot speak to your emergency.
Pac-Man is a duress word for all occasions.
Yes, 911, how may I help you? Pac-Man. We were on the way.
That makes that scene in Scott Pilgrim a lot more appealing to me, actually. He was trying to get help. He wasn't hitting on her. He was asking for help.
Somebody there was threatening to stab him over some drugs or something, and he's like, you know,
Hey,
the
have
funny
you ever
thing
heard of
about
Pac-Man?
you know the funny thing about Pac-Man, he looks deep into her eyes. You know, the famous game Pac-Man.
Pac-Man. Pac-Man as
he
she
closes
walks
his
away.
eyes and he has the words "Help me" written on his eyelids.
Oh, I was going to go more like he just closes his eyes and it's a close-up of his sweating, despairing face because she's not getting it. He just waits for the
Now I'm just
knife.
picturing Michael Cera getting stabbed at a party, and then there's everything freezes, and then you hear
a real extreme close-up of his face as he like grimaces and a bunch of blood rockets out of his mouth, and then he sinks to the floor and like the camera is above him, right, and it's doing that kind of like David Lynch thing where it like rotates as it recedes into the ceiling, and he does here.
Well,
and it's like bleaching out. It's fading to white. You know what I mean?
well, everybody, this should have been Pac-Man, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you next time. My mom can have another $1.
yeah.